Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Saturday, October 19th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We picked up another winner in the Houston Astros and New York Yankees game as we ended up giving out Gary Sanchez no hits, which was available at minus 115 on DraftKings. Sanchez ended up batting 3 times, and he put the ball in play 0 times. As he ended up striking out in all 3 at-bats, I continue to say how terrible he is. And so far this postseason, he has been anemic once again. It's the second time we've taken the prop. Both times were against Verlander, and Sanchez has had no hits in any of the games that we've bet on. So we win again. Sanchez so far in the playoffs, just so everyone knows, has a 107 batting average. So he is kind of useless. And for that reason, the play of the day, I know this video is coming out late, but I actually, how do I put this? I was watching my alma mater, Wisconsin. They lost to Illinois today. So I'm not really going to talk about that one. Definitely a massive choke job there. They're going to lose to Ohio State next week anyway, but still, losing as 30-point favorites is definitely not something to write home about. So that was how my early Saturday afternoon went. But in terms of trying to turn my day around, we're going to be looking at another play of the day, and it will actually be on the same exact matchup and the same exact prop that we had yesterday, and it will be between the New York Yankees and the Houston Astros, and we like Gary Sanchez no hits once again at plus 120 on DraftKings. Now, I know that this game is a little bit tricky because no team has announced who will be pitching, as it'll be a bullpen game for both, so no one really knows. However, I don't really care who's pitching. Gary Sanchez just isn't that good of a player. I've said it before. I'll say it again. At the same point, he just can't touch the ball. And after he goes 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts yesterday, DraftKings has him for no hits at plus 120. That line makes no sense. I'm sorry if you don't have this line on your book, but I have to give it out. This value is too high here. Sanchez in the entire series right now let me actually pull this up real quick. 9:30. Sanchez in this entire series against Houston is 1 for 16, and you're getting him at plus 120. I don't know what's going on, but I will take the plus 120 on the no hits every single time with Sanchez. This line should be minus 115, minus 120. But, I mean, based on the fact that no one knows who's pitching, I guess there's an overreaction in the market. But I don't care who's pitching Sanchez until I actually see him get the ball in play. I'll continue to bet it. And for that reason, the play of the day, once again, will be Gary Sanchez under half a hit, which is available at DraftKings at plus 120, and that will be the play of the day. Now, in terms of some other leans, we already have some college football plays that we gave out during the week, so hopefully those will also be able to cash. Other than that, though, looking at the rest of the card, a couple of hockey leans for some of you. I like Nashville minus 1.5 goals here. Florida's expected to use their backup goalie, so Bobrovsky will not be in net while the Predators have officially announced that Pekka Rinne will be in net. I think Nashville will continue to play well. They've had one of the best offenses in the entire NHL so far this season, and I like them in this one. Also lean to the Islanders here as an underdog at plus 105. Columbus is playing the second night of a back-to-back. They will be using the regular starting goalie as their backup played yesterday, but they played an overtime game yesterday. The Islanders had a day off. They're also on a 3-game win streak. I like this spot for the Islanders. I think this line's a little bit too high for Columbus. They should be somewhere in the realm of maybe minus 105, minus 110. But at minus 116, I think that's too high. I think the Islanders should be at roughly even money, maybe minus 105 as well. But at plus 105, I would give that out any day of the week, as I think there is value based on the rest advantage. Other than that, looking at the rest of the card here, what do I like here? I like the under in the Bruins and Maple Leafs game. I know that the Maple Leafs have a very potent offense, and their power play is absolutely lethal. However, I actually like Halak in net. He's been very successful with the Bruins. I know that Tuukka Rask might be better, but at the same point, he's still a very solid goalie, and I think he will play well. Frederik Andersen will be in net for Toronto. This line's at 6.5, and I have to question a little bit with regard to Toronto's power play. I know that their power play is great, but John Tavares officially broken his finger, and he will be out for a couple of weeks. So I question just how quickly these power play units will gel now that they have to shuffle around the rotations because of Tavares' injury. Plus, Boston was able to, they ended up making it to a shootout against Tampa Bay in their last game, but all of their goals came on the power play. They have struggled so far on neutral ice so far this season. and I question how well this team will do if Toronto stays out of the penalty box. I think 6.5 is too high of a total, and for that reason, I will lean to the under on that one. But in terms of the play today, we will once again be Gary Sanchez and no hits, which is available at plus 120 on DraftKings, and that will be the play of the day. Before we conclude today's video, though, quick reminder of our sponsor, PointsBet. All in sports in New Jersey, a couple of great deals for you. Up to 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. You end up betting on any sports and end up losing, you simply get your money back, which is a great promotion. There's more sportsbooks would use. Other than that, though, that's going to be this installment of Scott Selections here for Saturday, October 20th. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.